morning, Fayiz here with a head shave. I've already got some Noxzema cream on, just as a pre-shave. I got that tip from Jonathan, so thank you, Jonathan. I've got the Phoenix Artisan Accoutrement CAD lathered up, and I'll go ahead and put that on. I'm going to put some more water in there. Had a pretty long night last night. I'm on call today, and I was on call last night. But it's all good. I'm here, doing well. I hope you guys are doing well. Figured it's been about 5 or 6 days since my last head shave, so it's about time. I always get a good lather with the PAA base. This is a CK1 actually. They don't make it anymore. They only have the CK6. But the CK1 was, I'm dropping stuff, just their regular cocoa butter soap. And here are the ingredients since you can't get it anymore. But this works really well for me. The CK6 may be a little bit better for some people, but honestly, this is just as good in many ways. I can't really think of any instance that I've had a better experience with the CK6. It may lather a little bit thicker, but I put so much water anyway that it doesn't make that big of a difference. Alright, before I start shaving, I've got my coffee mug for the morning. I'm using my wife's dog mom mug because that was the first thing I saw, so I grabbed it. Yep, that's excellent. Great coffee. Alright, I've got the Leaf. I was going to use a DE razor, but I'm on call, so I need to go kind of quickly. So I pulled out the Leaf razor. I've got 2 brand new Rapiras in the bottom 2 slots and a once used Lord blade on the top slot, just because I didn't feel like opening a second Rapira blade. So here we go. I think the Rapiras, correction, I know the Rapiras are my favorite blade in this. They're just excellent. I get a close shave with them, and they're smooth with this razor. They're probably my favorite blade, if I had to pick one. For the longest, it was the Gillette Platinums. I do regret not shaving my head sooner, because I have so much growth, it kind of clogs any razor that I may be using. I'm going to show you some hair on the razor, so if you don't like that, look away. There's quite a bit in there. I don't know if it'll focus. There it goes. And I know it's clogging because once I get past a certain point of clog, it just feels like it's not cutting. Like I can tell it doesn't feel like it's cutting the hair anymore. It just feels like it's going over the hair. Which is fine. You just rinse it. Got a good amount of growth. I mean, I had an actual head of hair. It wasn't just stubble at that point. I've just been so busy with work and call and stuff at the house. Oh, I forgot, because it would be my first time. Adam kind of got me onto a couple of watches. Well, he got me onto looking at watches. And I got myself a Citizen. I'll put a picture up here. And then I also just recently got this G-Shock. It is the GAB2100. GAB2100. With the Bluetooth and the tough solar charging batteries. and I liked both of my watches very much. I had the Citizen first, and I was wearing that every day. And then I realized it's too fancy as an everyday watch for me. It's not a very expensive watch by any means, and it's not too dressy. It's not very I mean, it's kind of, you can dress it up. But for the kind of day-to-day living that I do, it's nice for my like going out watch, but it's too much for my everyday watch, especially at work. Because I take my watch off every time I scrub into a procedure and just put it on the counter in the monitor booth. So don't want that growing legs and walk away, you know. Not that I think anybody at work would do that, but you never know. So I got this G-Shock GAB 2100. 2A is the color code for the blue. And I'm liking it. It's light, it's a resin. I like the solar charging. That's why I like the Citizen Eco Drive watches. Because it's a set it and forget it watch. You don't have to worry about changing batteries, at least as often. And this one, this Bluetooth version, connects to your phone. And once you set it up, it'll connect 4 times a day and auto sync the time with your phone, so it's always accurate to the second. Which I like. So it's set it and forget it. It also has a find your phone feature, which most smartwatches have. I just don't like wearing. I have a smartwatch. I'm a Samsung phone person, and I have a Samsung smartwatch. I just don't like it. It's bulky. It's heavy on my wrist. It's just a bit much for me. So this, you press and hold the button, and then it'll make your phone ring, which is kind of cool. It's pretty sturdy and waterproof, so it does all the things that you want in a daily beater for a watch. Alright, I'm going to put some more water in this lather. There's a lot of growth, so it took me a little bit to get through all of it. I had to shave over some spots a couple times to make sure I got it down. Got a nice creamy lather with this CK1. I'm using the Phantom Airlight, by the way. I think it's my favorite head shaving brush because you can cover so much surface area with it, and it just is a lather beast. It doesn't hog the lather, it just creates so much lather, and it lets it go really easily, which is what you want in general, but especially on head shaves. Coffee. Got a couple energy drinks in the fridge too, so I'll probably sip on that later in the day. Alright. Very nice. I will say recently on my head shaves I've been using the Leaf on my first pass and then finishing up with the Defender. Because I think the Defender I can buff more without getting myself into some skin issues. And I tend to get a closer shave with the Defender. But I think today I'm just going to do this. And not chase BBS, which is really difficult on my head shaves. And I may still do that, depending on how I feel. But so far, so good. I had a couple bumps right there on the side. So they're red, but they're not bleeding just yet. But they are red, so I know I'm going over them with some sharp steel. Yeah, I got called in twice last night. We finished work like at 5:30, but we got called right back in on my way when I was driving back home. So I got home a little bit later yesterday. And then right when I was about to go to bed, at about 10 o'clock, we got called in for another emergency. So I got home around midnight. It took me a little bit to go to sleep, so I'm a little tired, but you know, it is what it is. It's part of the job. I love my job, and I will never, as of right now, I guess never say never, but as of right now, I can't think of anything else I would rather do while I'm young enough and able to physically do it, physically and mentally, because cath lab is not an easy job. I wear lead all day, 30, 40 pounds of lead, and then deal with really sick people. We did CPR on somebody earlier this week, and I hope they do well. But it's not easy. But somebody's got to do it, and I'm pretty good at my job, so you know, it is what it is. Got a spot right here. Yeah, I think the Defender definitely gets me a closer shave. Oh, I did open that up a little bit, but it's not bad. Got a spot right there. I always have spots left on my, like, the round part, the curved part of my dome. It's all good. It's actually a pretty good shave with the leaf razor. Usually it gets me more, especially since I've got a couple bumps on each side. I think the bumps may actually be from the Defender, so I'm not sure. It is still technically a cartridge razor, so people tend to get more razor bumps with those, so maybe that's why. I thought about discontinuing my head shaves on video, but I figured I'm not doing anything right this second, so I'll continue doing them until people tell me they don't care. I know the metrics aren't the best on it, but honestly, it is what it is. I still enjoy doing it. So I'm going to keep doing it. Until Jonathan takes over this channel and tells us we're all out and I can't do head shaves anymore. He would never do that. If anything, he would just start his own channel, but we love that guy and he loves us, I'm sure. So he has to deal with us. Although I feel like I'm pretty easy. It's mostly Scott and Zach that don't really record. And Adam. Alright, that's it. Let's see. Actually, that's not it. I have a spot right here. I know I said I'm not going to chase BBS, and I'm not. But if I feel like there's a decent amount of stub, I'm going to get it. Yeah, that's better. Alright, I'm going to pause it and rinse some more, and I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. Thank you for hanging in there for me. I've got the PAA Aftershave. I'm going to go ahead and shake it up. I'm getting kind of low on it. I have a new bottle on the counter. This will probably last me another, I don't know, 6 months at least. Maybe a little bit longer. Decent burn, but not bad. Got a tattoo check. I know it's not for everybody, but I really enjoy it. I'm gonna put a little bit more just because I like the smell. It smells awesome, by the way. Classic barbershop. Very nice scent. Love this smell. Alright, that's it. As a recap, I used the Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements CAD Season to Assist. Very good barbershop scent. Probably my favorite. And the Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements Phantom Aerolite with the leaf razor. And I always have these grips on there because the metal gets really slippery. So I put these little grippies on there to help. They're just like little pencil grips. So, and that's it. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.